Hi guys, welcome to Funkcast once again. This is our was it 4th episode, I think? And this time we have the corruption team on board.
Hello.
Yeah!
Corruption, FNF.
I made chiller, yeah!
I made troubleshooting!
I
draw sometimes.
Deathmatch starts fucking playing. Deathmatch starts
exist.
fucking playing. And yeah, this episode recorded on the 27th of February 2022. And yeah, we have DatDavi, fluffyhairs, Phantom, and Pincer fraud today as our guests. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
How y'all doing
We made
today?
troubleshooting.
To the 5 people who live under a rock, can you guys introduce yourselves, please?
Who wants to go first?
You
Shall I go
first,
first?
Brandon.
Oh, okay.
You're the most
You're the
famous.
least known out of all
Alright,
of us.
well,
You
the
should
reason I'm here is because I made the corruption mod, but that's not the reason people mainly know me. I actually starred in the 1982 movie Rambo the First Blood, so that's my main. This is just my side job. Yeah, for my acting
Nice. How
career.
much you make? That's our first question.
Oh,
How much you make?
I can't talk about it. I said don't ask me.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's actor
Yeah.
stuff. Actor
2
stuff.
trillion.
Actor stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 quid.
Alright, someone else go. That explains me.
Here, I can go next.
Hello, I'm Davey. I'm troubleshooting, and I made DatDavi.
Okay, that's my introduction. I don't need to say anything more.
Ladies
My
and
name
gentlemen,
is
that was DatDavi.
my name is Fluffy
It spoke for
Hairs.
me.
I made one song that everyone knows, and then I made that one Twitter song that everyone knows, and I'm just kind of here. Yeah,
Name
I'm
the
the man.
songs.
The guy.
Chiller and Osoing track too.
Oh, so
Let's
you
go.
are
Nice.
soing?
You're
I'm
Osoing.
Osoing.
You're Osoing.
That you actually got a genuine reaction out of that one.
Yeah.
People are just finding out.
People
love
just
that.
don't know I'm Osoing.
Just like to say for the record that I guessed it before it was announced.
Okay, Fluffy, if you made a song, just sing a song right now.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it.
That's how music works.
Sing the song.
Yeah,
Sing
the
it.
song.
Sing the song.
What are you
Sing the
waiting
song.
for? Yeah,
I-
sing the song.
no.
I think that's the right song.
Close
Wrong
enough.
song, guys.
No,
Wait, you made
it's over.
monochrome as well, Fluffy? Wow,
No,
you
I
really
did
do
not make
everything.
monochrome.
Alright, Fluffy's
I
known
know
for
We have Adam
monochrome.
McComas.
Oh my god.
Yep, this is going really well.
Alright,
Oh,
Pincer, it's
yeah.
your turn. I
You want
already
me
did
to go
Davies
next?
for him.
I am
Yeah.
so underwhelming. Hi, I'm Pincer. I work on the corruption mod.
No, you don't. Get out of here.
Yo.
Sorry.
Why are you here?
Neat.
I draw
Who are you,
backgrounds
Ruby?
and stuff sometimes. I did the deathmatch background. People like that one. I guess.
Yeah.
Fucking playing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Pincer is responsible for all of the lovely visualizers for the corruption
Oh,
tracks.
that
true,
too.
that's
Yeah,
true.
I do the visualizers a lot of the time. A lot of the promo art for that as well. Those take hours to make. That's fun. Yeah.
Just make a compilation.
I tried to actually, and then Adobe Premiere decided to die on me, so that was a few hours
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
Average
Oh,
Adobe
yeah,
moment.
Does that.
Adobe
that a lot?
mode.
Wait,
sad.
didn't you post that to Twitter and like BB Pansy thought you cracked it,
BB
even though you
Pansy
didn't?
thought I cracked Adobe Animate because
I
it
know.
crashed on me while
God.
making
I know
sprites, and I
for a-
was like, I'm licensed.
I know for a fact
Oh,
that
that's
Pincer
even
doesn't
worse
crack
then.
it because Pincer's using my Adobe license. So
Exactly.
I know.
I'm stealing it, but it's from Phantom, so it
And
is
you
legal.
guys live on the edge, don't you?
Yeah.
Like,
Pirating.
Mhm.
I love piracy.
Oh.
Yeah!
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm Pincer. I love pride.
Speaking of piracy, have you ever heard of this one mod? It's about piracy.
Oh, go on,
Oh,
Davey. That's a good
true,
segue. That's a good segue.
Alright, so there's a small mod called Troubleshooting, and you have to name me 10 things that you've pirated on this podcast, so you know.
Studio, FL Studio,
No.
FL Studio, FL Studio.
I
Craig,
pirated
we kidnapped
Adobe
Craig.
Photoshop,
Craig was
Adobe
kidnapped.
Premiere Pro, Adobe
Yes.
After Effects.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Most of the games that I play, I pirate
getting put on a watch
Sims
list
4,
right now.
City Skylines.
I'm gonna send this to Adobe, this recording.
No, please! I'm trying to get a
We're gonna-
scholarship for them. Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
You-
Really?
You gonna
They have,
edit the
scholar-
podcast?
They have the scholarship thing where you can like.
This is
submit
going
design
public,
review.
Hayden. You just.
I
This is going public, Hayden.
It's like
Oh,
this
wait,
is a
I
public
should-
podcast.
About
Mark cut
50
this, Mark
people are
cut this.
gonna snitch on you. At least 50 people are gonna snitch on you when they hear this.
Hold on,
It's
hold on.
always
Hey,
morally
hey,
correct to pirate Adobe products, huh?
That
hey,
is
did you say you
true.
pirated stuff?
Hmm?
Did you say you pirated stuff?
Yeah.
I'm breaking up.
Things.
with you. I'm breaking up with you.
Oh wow.
I'm breaking up.
This episode
Or
is
you
very
really
drama
learn a
filled.
lot of things. Hey,
Funkcast,
don't
we
go
have drama
Hey.
here.
It appears the corruption devs have corrupted their relationship.
It happens. I'm sorry. It's kind of a side effect.
It just happens
This
when
is
you're
why
around
we're
us.
this is why we're the
Healthy
most drama-filled
relationships,
FNF pod.
more like corruption reference.
I need to know, does this recording Craig thing actually record what we're saying? Is that
Yeah.
like that is
Oh, that's so
cool,
cool.
but also wow, I would just use recording software, but okay.
Oh no, they're gonna have to
Technology, am I
pirate that.
The thing with I'm just gonna explain this real quick. The thing with Craig is like it gives you a multi-track recording, so each one of you will have one track.
No.
Yeah, no, we're not kidding.
Wait,
It's what
what?
helps
Oh my
Aura,
gosh.
like everything.
That is
Yeah.
the coolest thing I've ever heard
So
today.
if I
Yeah.
just whisper really quietly at some point,
Side
you can
effect
just
though, it
boost it
breaks a
later
lot,
on.
so it does break a lot. So
Subscribe to
we've been
So this
figuring-
entire recording, what we've said all the way up to this point, could just leave.
Troubleshooting.
it's so
Each person gets their own like audio file, and then I can shove those in FL Studio, chop them up, remove background noise, that type of shit.
Nice.
Mhm.
Cool.
Everyone
But
forgets in FL.
Should
Anyway,
we get into our first section?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot we were.
Yeah, sure. We kinda extended the
Forgot we were on a
introduction
podcast.
Questioning.
You just
Hey,
joined.
Lit.
I could make it after all. Let's
Hey,
go.
Lynn.
Yo, let's back.
We
Real.
were just talking
Yo,
mad
let's
shit
back.
about
He's
you.
back from the dead.
Hey,
He's
I'm back,
alive.
guys. So what's going on now? What's going on?
We're starting our first section at the moment.
Oh, very cool.
And this
Oh,
first
okay.
section, we're going to ask you a shit ton of questions. So get ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Here
lot.
we go.
This is an interrogation.
Interrogation time.
This was secretly an
You call it
interrogation to open up
Here
your
we
deepest,
go.
darkest secrets. Be prepared.
This thing I
I didn't
might
do
be
it.
on
This
mute
is
most of
not
the
a joke.
time.
You are being threatened.
All right, so I'll start with the big money question. FNF corruption, how?
Oh, okay.
How?
Well, I'm the only one that can
How?
like. Okay, so imagine, right? Imagine. Okay, this is some exclusive backstory. Okay, so
Exclusive to the
Whoa.
Funkcast
Oh.
only, everybody. First off,
Mhm.
first.
Funkcast
Probably.
is free, man.
It's gonna become public. Shut the
so-
fuck up. No one likes you.
So imagine week 5 of Funkins just dropped, okay, and they've got the girlfriend head on the tree, right? And I'm sat there. It's probably like fucking like 1 a.m. or something, and I'm like, someone's gonna turn that into a mod that just replaces the skin over the girlfriend. I was like, yeah, I would do it, but someone's gonna beat me to it. And then like an hour later, I was like, wait a second. What if I was the first to do it? What if I sped ran and beat them to it? That's corruption fee. That's how
It's
corruption
genuine.
started.
That is
Hold on,
genuine.
hold
That
on.
is very genuine.
Tragic, such whimsical
Okay, let's-
origin story.
Alright, let's
First,
stop and
you're
think
so
to your
what
inspiring.
phone.
happened.
I remember
Okay,
he
let's stop and
showed it
think
to
what-
me,
yeah.
and I was like, "Damn!" And then he uploaded it, and then like people were like, "Yeah,"
Well-
and it did grow from there. But like, you know,
People just
Yeah.
immediately
No, I
started milking
got
it.
1,000 views when I uploaded that, and
That's
that was
insane.
I was
Literally.
like, yo, that's cool. I'm gonna keep doing that.
And then everyone
Well, that's
got
what
the
FNF is. Gives you
every-
clout.
everyone got the scary corruption thingy.
And then Fluffy Hairs
yeah,
made
very true.
Chiller.
And then I made Chiller.
Yeah.
That kind of did it.
This was after. This was like 1.5 weeks into corruption.
You
So
sure
like
there's like fucking 7 videos a week.
Oh, you made it in a week. You made Chiller in a week.
So corruption had the Pico week had fully come out, and me and my good friend Cindy, or as some people might know her as Simply Crispy, we are basically just two little people who used to be previous musicians in another community, and we heard about Friday Night Funkin', and we were like this is cool as fuck, right? And I think one day, like I just woke up to a DM from Cindy, and she was like, "Hey, I found this," or like I asked this dude PhantomFear if we can like make music for his mod, because I'm pretty sure he needed a musician at the time. So I was like, "Oh, that's sick as fuck." And then I met Phantom, and I was absolutely astonished he was British.
That's true. That's very true.
Okay.
Your hopes came
British
crashing
people
down.
jump
British
scare.
jump scare.
British people jump scare.
All right.
British
I
All
knew
right.
you were
Okay.
gonna say that.
All right. Here's the big money question. British or French?
Which one's
well,
better? British
I mean,
people or French people?
No preference.
Yes.
There are
No
friendly
preference.
neighbors.
They're
I hate
fondly,
French.
fondly.
Very. The neighbors
Well,
that love to
good thing there are no
colonize our
French here.
fucking country.
Wait, Davey, explain your tragic backstory.
Okay, so I was one of the later musicians to come on, so I knew Fluffy Hairs and Simply Crispy were the first ones on, and we all had this like big like private server because we were all friends previously because of the previous community we were in. And I think I asked both of them if I could join music for their mod, and that's when you think they agreed and let me on, right?
Oh,
So they didn't. So
Really?
it was
Really?
actually Phantom who let me on,
No.
and then
okay. You are making it seem worse than it was. We were
I know.
skeptical.
I haven't even heard about this.
We were skeptical because it was like at the time there was a lot of people that were like, "Let me work on the corruption. Let me work on corruption. I want to work on all this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were very
Yeah.
skeptical, but I am very glad David's on the team.
Yeah, that's surprising from my point of view, because from the way that I like had it was that Cindy was like, "Yo, the dad thing is gonna be done by Davey," and I'm like, "Cool."
Yeah,
And
no,
that's
I
that.
think that was good, yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of like I did like early on, like I think February, where we had this like big group chat for corruption stuff, and then I just kind of got put on like the dad week, and I'm like, oh, awesome.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And then with a couple of the Senpai songs, since I made the first one and Treacherous Thorns, I just kind of like volunteered to do that since like nobody was on that, and I was just like, yo, put me on this now.
You will make my song. No.
Make my mod
Me
song.
putting roots on max volume.
Honestly.
It's okay, guys. We're
All
gonna
the
teach
songs are
Phantom
nice.
how to use FL Studio soon. He's not gonna need us.
Wow. Yes.
He's gonna end up
All
doing
the future
everything on his
corruption
own.
weeks
Oh my
will
God.
be produced
No,
by
no,
strictly PhantomFear.
Oh Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! Could you imagine like the fear
Guys,
they look in the
Phantom-
Indie
description?
mod.
New
Guys,
song,
PhantomFear is
Phantom.
gonna replace Discharge. Like, fuck you, man. Fuck you, Sester.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Imagine.
Discharge.
Oh my god.
Is that one Nokia ringtone?
Da, 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 da.
That's an Arabic one.
Like from Escape.
Oh my god.
Oh, whatever that is.
Yeah, what's the BPM of the Arabic ringtone? Can I
I don't
I'm just
know.
gonna
I actually, like a year ago, I tried finding it out. It's really fucking weird. It like changes,
Yeah.
changes BPM.
I was gonna say I'd have to
Oh.
do the voice acting as well, but that was maybe originally might have been the case.
I mean, yeah, you did voice act.
At least for Tormentor, it was like
Yeah.
the star's like "Wake up!"
That's the raw voice line.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Sasta just like did like a voice line of him in the group chat. It's like, "Oh yeah, that's good. You're the voice actor." Okay.
Yep.
Hey,
Just
Phantom,
like
have you
that.
ever voice acted for any other Friday Night Funkin' mods by any chance?
Oh, let me think about that.
Mm.
Well, I'm mainly known for voice acting Rambo in the movie Rambo First Blood. But other roles, I think.
Wow.
Let me think. Yeah, I actually voiced DatDavi in the mod Troubleshooting. So yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
damn, troubleshooting.
yeah.
You voiced that Davey who
Actually,
voices.
Davey couldn't actually make it here
voices-
today. I've just been voice acting him this whole time.
Sorry, guys, I'm
Alright.
not real. I'm fame.
Yeah.
That Davey was a social experiment.
Oh no.
No.
Thank you for
Just the theory.
participating.
Wait, so PhantomFear did make Deathmatch? What?
Wait, Phantom
How?
Fear made deathmatch.
No,
Imagine
I just made that Davey the character.
how.
That's why.
Dude,
That's
this
why I
is too much
started
lore.
Rambo. Yeah. Like I'm just really good at like acting that you just thought I was an entirely different person. That's how I went with Rambo. You know, that's where I get all the big lines.
God.
Yeah.
Phantom, if
yeah.
you're that good at voice acting, can you speak as you and as that Davey at the same time?
At the same time, let me give it a shot. All right, come on, Davey voice, please speak, please speak.
I'm Phantom Fear.
Yeah. See, that was close enough.
Whoa, holy shit.
He's gonna not say anything.
And both at the same time.
Just goes silent, like mutes his mic.
Just leaves the call. Disappears.
Oh my
That
god.
Davey perishes from the universe. How
Oh
exciting.
no.
My
All
bad.
right, let's do another question. So I think this has been kind of answered already, but I want to ask it again. Was corruption your guys' first FNF project, or was there something else before you got into it?
No, it wasn't actually. At least in my case.
I think
Hmm.
we had
More lore.
I think me and Cindy had something planned before. I can't remember exactly. It might have been after, but
Holy shit.
corruption was the first mod I ever worked on. I did not realize how lucky that was.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, no,
Neither did
honestly,
we,
like,
dude.
if I'm gonna be dead honest, a lot of people already had the idea of having the girlfriend hit skin. And then since y'all
Yeah.
speed ran it, y'all just kinda like, you just
Mm.
won the race, so y'all became like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's also where it comes after that though, because I think anyone, it could have left
Yeah,
at
anyone
the
can make a
girlfriend head.
girlfriend head like corruption mod, but no one can actually make the corruption guys like an actual corruption mod until you guys came along.
It
with
also wasn't
Weird.
that made us necessarily popular. It was the Pico week that got us
Oh, yeah,
taking
that's the
off.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
I thought it was
Kids.
killer.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
just had nothing bad to do, so I kept it going.
Oh yeah, there's that, but that as well. That people when Pico came out, very very excited at the time about Pico as a character. Obviously, people are still huge fans of it today, right?
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like as different characters were coming out, people were hyping over it. We were doing like the skins and stuff. Like people were so invested in the Spooky Kids week as well. I cannot I cannot.
Oh, and then it
Put
ends
that
off
into
with
words
Chiller.
properly.
Damn.
Yeah, God, it
Yeah, Chiller.
really went off with Chiller because there were people like in the live chat like going absolutely insane at that point. That was like the biggest
Dude,
point, right?
I'm like convinced I made some like small young child cry to Chiller.
There were multiple children in the chat they cried
Guys,
over it, so I think it's
guys,
something.
this kid is the crying child from
Is this my career?
Yeah.
I love
Kid
the
was involved
thought.
in the bite of 87.
I like the thought that like some kid can be like awake at night, like eyes wide open in their bed, shivering because of the corruption.
Actually,
Oh my god!
imagine.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
imagine
really
corrupt
scared
his
of
friends in the
corruption.
Daddy, I'll take care of the
Oh yeah, totally off topic. About the question. I think corruption was my third mod.
Oh right, yeah.
It might have been fourth, but I probably wouldn't have
Fourth?
uploaded my
Wait,
first.
you did 3 more before that.
I'm a big Persona fan. One of those. I know that
Yeah!
yeah.
Persona fan.
So
Persona
I think,
fan.
I think you can thank Pincer. I even started uploading mods to
You're
YouTube
so welcome.
because I made
Wow.
this one mod of the main character from Persona 3. You can still see it on my channel. It is so bad. Anyway, so I
Yeah.
obviously I'm no musician. I couldn't do boyfriend voices, especially not in January 21. So
Oh, yeah.
I just like found out how to apply like the chipmunk filter or whatever, and just applied it onto half of a pre-existing song. Yeah, it sounds about as
Yeah.
bad as you would imagine. Also,
Yeah.
I
Now
spent
we
like
need
hours,
Yeah.
like not this is like my first time using anime as well as like, you know, making Funkin sprites and stuff. I spent hours like creating like this sprite, and then the project file got like ironically
Oh.
like corrupted or something,
Mhm.
and then I lost like all of it. So
Whoa.
the only thing I had was an old sprite sheet of it.
Whoa, bro.
And I was like,
that's so
well,
sad.
time to give up on that. And then Pizza was like, no, wait, upload it and write whip in the title. I'm like, you genius!
I did it.
I wonder if it'll ever be
I
finished.
did it, guys.
I was planning on coming back to it at some point before, you know.
Yeah,
corruption.
yeah, he was. gonna
There's
come
the
back
one
to it, but-
PhantomFear fan that just really wants the Persona mod to
There
come
are
out.
some people that
Okay.
still ask about it in his
Okay,
Discord server
And then I
sometimes.
followed that up with a much better one, which was the Persona 4 mod that's like one song as well. That one was also still kind of wit, but much more closer to being finished. And then after that was Corruption. So yeah.
Yeah.
You forget about the integral piece of lore before the
100% now.
corruption. That was.
You're
what was
watching
it called? Hold on.
What?
I need to search it up.
There's also this reaction video. That
Oh,
Friday
There's
Night Funkin'
the-
like week 5 reaction video. Like
Yeah.
where it
That-
all began.
I think that's the first thing that put us on the algorithm or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah,
'Cause it was well timed.
The integral piece of lore before the corruption mod that is Friday Night Funkin' Creepy Glitch by PhantomFear.
Oh yeah, there's
True.
that too.
Oh, okay. I need to talk about it. I mean, I don't know how many of you in the call have seen it. Probably not many, but there's this video on my channel, and it's called Friday Night Funkin' Creepy Glitch, and it's got creepy / motivational music playing.
What does it sound like a clickbait?
How did those two even
I don't know. I don't know if you guys have ever like left the game running in the background and then tabbed back into it, and it just like, I don't know, something in the code just messes up and it just like stops playing the music and the arrows just start spazzing.
Yeah,
That
it's
is like
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happened
yeah.
before.
that
But
is yeah,
does
that
that
happened
glitch
to
still happen?
yeah. I don't know actually if it still happens in current versions.
Oh.
Probably does though.
Mm.
Anyway, I decided to make like a Herobrine sighting-esque video where it would have like
Whoa.
ironically
no.
like have like creepy like motivational music and like the white text that comes
Yeah.
on the screen like, this is so creepy, guys, or whatever.
Whoa.
Guys, can
the
you
original
I did it
AM video
mainly-
kind of thing.
I did it mainly as a joke, but people took it a lot more seriously than I was expecting. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's that.
I
That
mean,
gave me
it's
good
good.
insight though. That
It's
gave me
just-
good.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
I think there's people that think it's like a prequel to the corruption mod, or
I mean,
like
oh
it
my
has something to
gosh.
do.
in a sense,
is.
because it did give me like ideas around the time, like because of like people's reaction to it or whatever. I was like, man, people like creepy stuff and Friday Night Funkin' mixed together, it seems. So I was like,
Wow.
I mean, not saying that was like, you know, the catalyst for corruption, but it was definitely probably a help towards it, you know.
But for some reason I thought that the inspiration for corruption was the virus like COVID-19 for some reason.
Oh god,
Oh,
the amount
okay.
of
Oh,
I don't know, right? Yeah.
That's not the
That's
case.
topical.
That's not the case.
No, yeah, the COVID was not anything to do with corruption.
I
There's
will
people that
say
make
the
them
original
into it,
like week
which
5
is
virus
fine, but
skin.
it's not.
You
I
can see
know,
in
I
the
know.
dialogue, boyfriend says, in 2020 there will be a global pandemic called COVID-19.
Oh, wow.
It's in the
Boyfriend's
dialogue.
wearing in the next patch of the corruption mod. Boyfriend will be wearing a mask in all
That's
of the
okay.
episodes that took place in 2019.
Wow.
That's
Wow,
the,
even
that's
that's like dream.
There's something I find super interesting is about what people called corruption, because none of my videos early on ever called it by corruption.
yeah.
People used to call it like the virus or whatever, like probably inspired
yeah.
by like COVID or whatever. They call it like
Yeah,
Friday
it's
Night
too
Funkin'
bland.
virus or
Yeah.
something. Like.
Yeah.
And I think I just said it like maybe in like a Discord server or maybe in like a
Oh,
Twitter
yeah.
post. I just called it like, oh, I always called it corruption, but you guys can like call it whatever you want. And then boom, everyone
Wow.
knows it as corruption. I'm like,
Yeah.
how did that spread that fast?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
Oh
it's
my
just a name
Well,
that
you could
catches
say
on.
it's spread like a
Like-
virus.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
Speaking of viruses,
Fred.
Even like Ninja Muffin DM'd me at one point asking for like,
Oh my
because he
God.
was going
He
around
did.
asking for permission for the Funkin' Kickstarter trailer to use mods.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Um,
The
and Corruption gets
Kickstarter.
a few seconds in that. So
Yeah.
So
I was
cool.
like, I was of course, but when he asked me, he asked if he could use footage of like, you know, the corruption mod. I'm like, what? Even he knows it by the corruption name?
Yeah.
Like I just said this in like one like obscure place, right?
You,
And
I-
it
you
just
probably
it's
went
gone
in
everywhere.
shit that time.
I feel like it's something
I think
that just
I
catches
think
on
there was
between
like
people.
this one. I think there was this one interview where it was a Ninja Muffin stream with like the other devs, and then they were talking about something like what makes a mod good or something, and then one of them says, well, if a mod has like its own fan base, and then they made one of the examples they said corruption, something like that.
really?
Oh, really?
I did not know about
Yeah.
that.
Cool.
I've not seen
me
that.
neither.
Yeah, no, I hadn't seen that.
I remember
that's
vividly
cool.
something about
Oh,
That's cool.
Damn.
Mhm.
I remember. I think Phantom Arcade also said he really likes corruption fan art on one
Oh
of his
my
live streams.
goodness, yeah.
And
The
corruption
fan
fan is
art
really
for it.
nice.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
So many talented artists out there.
Yeah.
I'd love to name them, but there's just too many. I love seeing the art.
We'd be here for an hour. It's almost like
Oh,
we're on an
yeah.
hour-long podcast.
Yeah, well, let me just get my
Not
notes.
speaking like fan art or stuff.
Big filler, come on, filler. We need filler.
Yeah.
Alright,
Oh,
should we
goodness.
move on to another
Yeah.
question maybe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I
good,
mean,
that's
just,
good.
keep rambling
Um,
after everyone.
No, that's okay. Another question I've got in my head is what are your guys' thoughts on fan corruption designs?
Yeah, cool.
Like yeah, oh really? And like
Continuing
you know,
that one.
No, I think it's kind of cool because I think we're seeing a similar effect to what on a smaller scale, but to what Friday Night Funkin' itself sees. You know, where they've got like
Yeah.
the source material and people take their spins on it. For example, corruption
Oh,
being
yeah.
one of them, and now
That's cool.
corruption has
Yeah.
its own fan content as its kind of spins on corruption. I think it's a never-ending cycle, and none of you will ever wake up.
Yeah. Remember, you're the very reason why the cries why meme exists.
Oh,
That's true.
that mod, yeah.
Cries, why?
The corrupted man,
That's-
yeah.
That's some
Right,
really
right.
good ones, though. It has
Mhm.
pros and cons because, like, I mean, you see giant channels, stuff like Game Tunes and stuff have like corruption references in it. And stuff,
Oh
you know?
gosh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's cool, you know. It's like spread that
Yeah.
far, and there's so many like people that see that stuff because they get like more views than my channel do, right? So like,
Yeah.
by extension, but there's also the opposite side where were originally early on getting a lot of flack because people didn't know the difference between fan made and official.
Yeah.
Like
Ah,
I
yeah.
remember I'd get like DM messages like, "Bro, Matt only came out like a week ago. Why have you already made a corruption on it?" And I'm like,
Bruh.
We've never
No,
done that.
no, I didn't.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yes.
think there was this idea that a mod comes out and then corruption would come out after, and then when people find out I make the corruption mod, they went, "Oh, you're the guy who's been corrupting my mod in like the first 2
Wow.
days or whatever." You know?
I think
Yeah, but-
I think now it's a bit more controlled because
Oh yeah,
people kind
most
of
people
know
know the
like
difference now. Yeah.
It's like a quality
Yeah.
control source right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also
oh yeah,
like
corruption's like crazy now.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
there
know,
isn't
like
like I haven't seen like many of those fan made mods where it's just like poor quality reskins. Like I'm just gonna call it that. Sorry, but yeah, that's
That's
basically
fine.
it.
Well, that's a bit
Most of the
mean.
fan content I see nowadays is like actually like they put effort into fan content now because I see
Stuff like
sometimes on
Deathmatch
YouTube
Project?
there's like
Yeah.
there's stuff like
Hmm.
Deathmatch Project which is super
Oh, I
cool.
love the
Yeah.
Deathmatch Project so much. The
It's
people
so
there are
cool.
so cool.
There's quite a few things that fans have made that I absolutely love. Like there's like the funny details that all the animators that I see do. Every animator that makes like a little animated like corruption cartoon or whatever on their YouTube channels, they always do this thing where they like the corrupted characters have like tentacles or something, and they use that in like battles and stuff. Like that is completely
Isn't this like the
from
VF
them.
versus Ruv thing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That Rob
that.
animation is
yeah.
insane.
Oh yeah,
I
what
just
if
love
they
that they decided to do
Dang.
that. It's kind of cute. It just came from
Cool.
them, and like there's also like mods like the corrupted witty that came out. That's pretty good. Again, like we said, the deathmatch project, that's insane. That's like the highest quality fan made one we've seen so far.
I love
That
the
is
Deathmatch
honestly
project
so
much.
good. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. There's a
Bro,
bunch of
and
stuff out there
YouTube
that's really good.
animations of corruption, they're like crazy
Oh, yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
They're
god.
You know, you
awesome.
should like make tentacles and corruption all canon and stuff. Like imagine, like
Yeah, the
we
thing
should
that's-
all want to do that.
The thing that saddens me, if
my
anyone's like,
corruption character has a huge tail arm. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
or people have
anyone
like
like,
spider legs.
if anyone that listens to this podcast is able to do this, like audience member or something, I need this. Okay, so like you see all like these like Friday Night Funkin' like lyric videos where they're like
Oh,
singing
no.
like lyrics over the top of it, right? All the corruption ones are just like text on the screen. They just like, it's no one actually sings
Yeah.
them. I
Yeah.
need to
Someone
see
to
one where
sing.
someone sings them. Yeah.
Rec
Like,
D,
there's
Brodo,
loads of
I will
those.
pay you.
Reggie, get in here.
I need to see because like I think that would be entertaining, like rather than
Yeah,
just like
no,
reading and
definitely.
imagining it. I'd love to see someone like actually give it a shot, right? They don't even need to be like
Yeah.
a singer or anything. I just want to see someone do it. I think it'd be adorable.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can we like kind of like ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, like like back in early March, all that people were still like hating on corruption, but like how do you all deal with that?
Oh. So I have a very different version of like events to, I guess, to like probably what most people would see. So
Mhm.
like my YouTube channel, I was so used to just like hate comments. Like I'd spend like like hours making a video and then I'd upload it. It'd get 2 dislikes and someone saying KYS in the comments. It's just like I was just like
Oh, no.
completely
God.
unfazed to it. That's what I was used
That
to, right?
thread.
So when everyone's like looking through my comments, like seeing like, whoa, these comments are nasty. I'm like, people are watching my video. This is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like it just like the positives were so like drastically like outweighing like the negatives I didn't even notice. So and I mean even now like the amount of like hate comments is so like small now. It just like
Yeah.
continued to like grow more and more positive. So it's been going cool.
I think
It was gonna be
for
the
our experience, the
Maturity at its
musicians,
finest.
I don't think the musicians faced the worst because Phantom was dealing with it since corruption had basically come out and people were like, oh, reskin mod, oh, MS Paint, pink and black, lol.
Oh, paint
Right.
bucket tool. Oh
God.
my god, we've had it all.
Paint bucket tool.
Yeah,
We've had
but
it all.
it's like, especially, I keep talking about it, but especially with the release of Chiller, it's like people were like, oh, like there's actually like stuff happening now, there's original music, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the time, still, I think, I don't know when it went away. It was like maybe it's like the Senpai week, I guess. It was like
Maybe it
around
still
Senpai.
hasn't. Maybe
people,
I'm writing a comment
we
about
still
you right
saw
now.
people. We still saw people that were like, "Oh, corruption mod sucks," and
Corruption
and
mod.
we
Ooh.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
though, y'all like
we've-
make like good role
Corruption,
models in this
overused
case. Like,
concept. Ugh.
Yeah.
but I mean, I didn't do it that, or like
Yeah,
I didn't experience
like,
the
genuinely,
worst.
I mean, I didn't really used to read comments much anyway. It was like a big strategy plan I had, right? I was like, I'm gonna like not really read, like I can safely read comments now because like they're all like dead nice. But like when I started off, I was expecting probably more hate than I was actually getting. So I was just like, strategy plan, don't read any comments. If you can't read it, then it isn't there, right? So the only way I really like even knew about it is people like right now how we people talking about either a retrospect or saying like wow people like are saying this and that and all that. I'd only hear it like, secondhand mainly.
Yeah.
I think it was around the time that we were getting original music for Corruption 2 that just the overall quality of everything just started to dramatically increase. I'm feeding into
Yeah.
David here, but I guess it started with Chiller when it started like increasing in quality. I
Yeah.
guess.
There's also
Because around the time before Chiller, I think Corruption was Corruption was infamous. Like it was just known for being like a punching bag mod, just like edgy black MS Paint, you know.
Yeah.
And then like Phantom also used like other people's music.
Well, what
Yeah,
could we do?
originally
What could
Soul
we do?
Boyfriend
We
Week
don't make
wasn't even
music.
supposed to have original music.
I'll just
originally.
compose some Picasso, for that.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
believe we became musicians because Cindy had posted a remix of, I think it was Bopey Bo, like that she had done.
Oh yeah, she just
And-
posted something in my server,
What-
and for one day I was active and saw it. And I was
The
like,
one
yeah.
day.
Yeah, it was like
Good.
it was like perfect timing because it was like the one time he
It
was
was,
active
yeah.
in a server. One time, I'm pretty sure Cindy said it was the one time she like posted like any fan content there, or it was like the first time.
One time I would even be checking through channels or whatever, especially
Oh, yeah.
something obscure as that. Like if I wasn't expecting anyone to be sending music examples.
There was definitely a time where like Phantom would sit there in his Discord server going through like hours worth
Would
of
I?
stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
well you
Lord,
you
I
were like
remember
trying
that.
to find every single piece of fan art.
Oh,
You
fan
loved it.
art,
Like,
yeah.
obviously you love fan art so much. Like clearly, like you
That's
care
so
about
cool.
it, but like it came to a point where it's just unhealthy.
Oh, it really was. It really was.
Yeah.
That's all you
We were
got.
already
The guy
doing,
like
took
put
a
your
day.
mental health at
Like-
least.
We'd wake
We were
up. We'd be
already
like,
doing crazy deadlines, getting like 5 videos out a week or something, right? And at the same time, in all my off time, I'm trying to collect every single piece of fan art ever made by anyone on any platform and throwing it in.
It's like we'd wake up, just be like okay, Phantom, what work do we have to do, right? What songs do we have to make? And he's just scrolling through his fan art channel.
Oh my
Honestly, that's
And
kind of
then
unhealthy.
he'd
though.
screen share his browser. He'd have like at least 100 tabs of just
Yeah.
open fan art.
Bro,
Wait,
How much we
I
appreciate
strictly
the
remember
work,
this.
though.
Don't you use like 2 calculator tabs, like 2 different ones at the same time?
What
what the fuck?
Find
Why
this
would
out.
you do that? Why the
What's wrong
fuck
with
would
the
you do that,
calculator?
bro?
I remember when, like,
Yeah.
I can't
Even
remember. which
Ninja
one of them
Muffin called
posted
me
it.
out
Yeah,
for it.
that.
Bro,
Oh, yeah, wait.
So it was like Ninja Muffin did some, I guess it was for his college or something. He asked people to
No.
screenshot their taskbars, and I had I just did mine, right, not thinking anything of it. And dude replies "Wow, you actually use the calculator app." I'm like,
Phantom,
yeah.
what is
Ratio
9
them.
plus 10? Phantom, what is 9
Oh
plus
yeah, I
10?
remember that.
Well, it's 9 plus 10. Let me open my Epic Calculator app. 1 second.
He's
Yes.
actually doing it as well.
He's actually, holy shit. He's
Well,
Well,
actually
that's easy.
doing it.
That's easy. That's 910. So
Ah, yes.
Lord.
Magnificent.
yeah. Easy.
910.
Yeah.
Alright. Any other of the hosts got questions and stuff?
Yeah, I got one.
I gotta head out in 1 minute, so
I
if
have
there's any
none.
last
no
questions, I'll just go
Oh,
first.
shit.
Ask a troubleshooting question.
Quick.
Oh, yeah, troubleshooting.
Quick.
Mr.
We all forgot about
David,
troubleshooting.
Oh,
what is Friday Night Troubleshooting?
So funny
Friday Night
story.
Troubleshooting.
Back in August, there was a little thing called Funkin' Forward, and in that Funkin' Forward, they announced a 1-week event in which they challenged the whole community to make a Friday Night Funkin' mod in 1 week. So I have this private server where I have a lot of my friends in, consisting of a lot of the Corruption team members like Fluffyhairs, Phantom, and Pincer, and we all came together and decided to make a mod for the Funk Jam. And originally the idea was just going to be you battle against this little virus dude and you get warped into his computer and then you just try to escape, hence the theme Breakout. And then it evolved into what is Friday Night Troubleshooting now.
Whoa, damn.
Yeah.
Virus, like corruption mod virus?
No.
Speaking of viruses, played my Friday Night Funkin' mod.
Oh,
Play troubleshooting.
Play troubleshooting, play it now.
Play troubleshooting.
I guess I'd like working on troubleshooting has been pretty cool because a lot of the corruption team members are there, so we already have good synergy because of that. But other than that, the team is bigger than corruption, so there's a lot of my other close friends from the previous community I was in,
Yeah,
and it's just a really nice process working together because we
Troubleshooting's
have
awesome.
we have
Oh,
a
yeah.
ton of dev calls and we all just like play games together and do like stupid stuff. It's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's very
So
chill
what-
development on troubleshoot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's
Unless
Although
they
I
have a
will say,
deadline.
like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
like, well, with troubleshooting, only like 2% of the community really knows about it. Which I mean, that's fine because like the 2% does like it, but it feels
Yeah.
weird sometimes.
It actually
It's a
tends to be
hidden
like
gem.
I mean,
actually tends
I
to be
mean,
like
it's 2%
fellow
like-
modders that know about it.
Hmm.
Like when
Same. I was in that same jam, so I kind of knew who the winners were.
oh yeah,
Well,
wait, what did you
but don't
make?
you get like burn
I
out
made
from
the
Funk
Frank. Wait, was it the same thing? I don't know if it's the same one, but I
Yeah,
did
no, we did
I-
the one with the. Remember the really fucking swole Newgrounds guy in prison?
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, no,
Oh, I think
it
I
was.
saw- I think I saw that
I'm gonna
one.
be honest.
I did a mod jam mod too once with a few people.
Nice.
Hacker mod.
Oh
hacker mod,
yeah, that
hacker
you did, didn't you?
Anyway, no, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
something else.
this
I
is a
completely
hacker
forgot.
promotion.
This is so unrelated now, but it was just like a point from earlier that I completely forgot. It was about corruption and how it evolved as it went on. I think one of the main things was understanding of how to mod Funkin really like increased throughout corruption's like course. Like by the time it got to like there's Davey.
There goes Davey.
By the time it got to like the Senpai week, which is like 3 weeks into corruption or something, maybe 4. By that point, there was so much more knowledge on what you can do in Funkin, like building your own versions of it and like changing the code and all that, which wasn't like that well known when it was first starting out.
Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
it got for like corruption
Yeah.
itself is a complete like visual like you can look through it like the whole thing. It is a complete visual example of how we learn over time how to do stuff. Like for example, like Phantom made Skid and Pump have different sprites each day. That hadn't really been done before, not entirely. Like they changed over time.
No one believed me when it happened.
Yeah, no one believed it. No one believed
It
it. They
was
said
like-
it was an animation.
They were like- they were like,
Obviously, it
how-
wasn't.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, people like so every day of corruption, like day 1, day 2, day 3, they have like slightly more corrupted sprites as it goes on. That was like at that point in time, no one thought it was possible
It's a
until like
foreign
the
concept.
demo released, showing off it was indeed
Okay.
possible. And that's just funny because that's like bare minimum easy stuff right now.
Mhm.
But at that
Yeah.
point in time, that was impressive. So yeah.
Yeah. So there was
Shows how much the
that.
community's changed.
Yeah.
I mean,
there
even
was, like-
just skin
Sorry.
mods, because like early on, a lot of mods, like around the time that Corruption first released, they would do editing skins in a different way. Like they would throw it in, do a hue shift, or they would use a paint bucket and give boyfriend a different color hat. By going bada 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 bada, rather than like editing the FLAs itself. So having an FLA character was somewhat impressive for mods. At that time. So but now the course of like what makes a mod impressive is completely different. Like the bar is raised through the roof. So corruption things take much longer than they used to because we've got much
for sure.
bigger expectations to go up against.
Yeah, and also something I'd like to like slide in as well before we completely get off the subject was at the same time obviously it's still in the Skid and Pump Chiller week, like that was like a huge step up for us at that point, but like editing like the silhouette of the monster in the background when the lightning flashed. Oh my god, people went insane over that. I was really proud because that was something I did, and that was like one of the first things I ever did like for corruption itself, despite obviously having like Pico or whatever, because most of that was Phantom and the other musicians, right? but it was like editing in the monster when the lightning flashed. That sent people crazy as well. Like they didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think they really like understood what was going on. But it was really simple. Obviously, now you can go back to it and it's just like, oh, you just put like a PNG image in there and just faded it out. Oh, we just coded in the characters to just
Yeah.
switch, and it's like it's so simple now. But back then it was like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about it, right, like the corruption mod itself, it's like it's like a metaphor for like how the community has like evolved in general. It's like I don't see it as a game or mod. I see it as like an experience. You know, something you truly get to feel, not just
Yeah.
play and watch over
I
it.
find it interesting that because like when people want to like get like say like you've got a friend who has never like seen it or something, like man, you should watch corruption mod. Like it's got discharge and stuff. It's like, all right, where do I start? All right, so you're gonna go back, you know, maybe last year and see this little skin mod. You know, it's just like
Little
you know,
remix, you know.
I hope that's
Pretty much
not
like
like something that like turns people away from the corruption. Like the fact that it's just this
Yeah.
really long series.
it's kind of interesting, like because I've had people binge it, like watch people binge it, like recently, and I think the main interesting thing is that if you're watching it through just like in full, you can see like the development of how it gets better as it goes on, like in real time.
I mean,
It's like
yeah,
much
we
faster, just
started
in your
from
face. It's like boom, okay, now it's this, boom, now it's this, boom.
started from Pico with a retrospective remix, and what we hit like Rose's Discharge with Soul
Yeah.
Boyfriend,
That-
all this
wow,
fucking
yeah.
background. Dude, Soul Boyfriend was crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that was a
it's
very
really
early
off
idea
of
as
Soul
well.
Boyfriend. yeah.
I've still got like I need to put these somewhere. I've got like a picture, like a like lined paper on the side of my desk that has a really early like sketch of Soul Boyfriend on it. It's like in the same style of that one that I posted to Twitter where he's got like the two eyes and the creepy smile, but it's more
Yes.
accurate to the final. Just I need to put that somewhere.
You should post that somewhere. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that. Just coming off of that, like the story. We're not going to be talking about the story, but the story has been planned for a really long time as well.
Oh yeah,
like-
I know everything that happens.
we have to like, because of course like we're going through this and we've got like all these like by like the Skin Pump week we've got all these plans for like Soul Boyfriend and stuff, but at that point we still got like, you
My
know,
God, one of the most simp characters in the FA.
yeah.
that's the thing about corruption. Even if we got like this really cool idea from the distance, we still got to go through the other weeks first, the mum week,
Yeah.
senpai, dad, etc. until we get that. We've got some
Oh, yeah.
shit.
But
I mean,
a lot of
I
stuff.
didn't even ask that question
Some
at the
cool
start.
stuff. We got cool stuff planned.
a lot of stuff was really, really early planned, right? So
Yeah.
like
Yeah, now
this
you
was
can stop talking.
January.
Yeah.
Okay. This was
I think the
January.
safest thing to say is like Soul
Uh,
Boyfriend.
January, when I think not even Chiller had came out. Phantom gave us a big list of like what we had to do, right? And like basically stuff that had to happen. And one of the things that was like put later down the line was new arrangement, good BF, evil BF with like a question mark. And it was like so like this was Soul Boyfriend was very like he existed before the world
early
knew him.
days, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, as goes for most of corruption, well, it was very
Yeah, the entire
And in
thing.
fact, an interesting thing is, I think the Senpai week, because the corruption in like the entire story of corruption was made before the Senpai week of Funkin was even released, right?
Oh yeah.
So we had to I mean, I wasn't even going to add it, but I saw so many comments like, "Where's Senpai? Where's Senpai? Where's Senpai? Do Senpai, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Wow, there's so much demand for it." I was like, you know what? I'll have a second look at my script, see if I can fit him in there. Yeah, and I'm happy we did because a lot of cool stuff came from Senpai, like Treacherous Thorns and Roots and Dead Pixel, all that stuff.
Roots is
really
probably
cool.
my favorite corruption
yeah.
song. Actually,
Yeah.
favorite corruption song that's come out.
It's really, really, really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm happy it happened, yeah.
But I don't think like you'll be touching Senpai anytime soon because like canonically he's dead. He's gone forever.
He's gone.
So
He died.
F.
I feel
Press F.
bad for
Press
any of
F.
you hosts who aren't like, you know, like we're like eating and feeding corruption like day in and day out. So just all of this stuff is just like so like ingrained in our minds. I'm sorry if a lot of you don't know that much about it and all of this
Yeah.
doesn't
No
make
worries,
any
don't
sense.
worry
watched
about
a
it.
single corruption.
Like we
I
could,
have never
I could have
watched a
said
single
50
corruption
things
video
without
ever.
explaining it. Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm probably talking about random nonsense then.
Yeah, and then they put me in the mud. Haha, I'm joking.
Me
Just
and
like,
Pincer
Aura
this
have...
week will come out in 2023, guys.
What the fuck's a discharge?
Yeah.
What's a root? What's a soul boyfriend?
Roots soul boyfriend?
What's
Chilla,
a soul
come on.
boyfriend?
Nico Week just dropped.
Yeah, what's chiller?
I think I've heard of the corruption mod in its early days, so like around February, March, I think, Aura?
Yeah,
Like when it just started like coming out and shit.
yeah.
So I'm also kind of an oldie in the community. I guess I joined about January-ish. So
Yeah.
That's around when I joined too.
so old. It's been a year since I've joined the community.
The Funkin elders.
Yeah, because you never really
Oh,
think about it. Because like I guess you just use a bunch of like
Funkin'
key terms for the mod that just to you mean like explain stuff just so easily. But then I'm just realizing I don't know how much of this stuff I've even explained to even like in enough detail for anyone to understand. But
I think people who understand the context of corruption.
yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Else we've just been talking for like an hour about stuff that no one will understand.
Evan's just like, I don't know what anything else he's talking about. They brought up Soul Boyfriend, so that's cool.
What
Oh
are you
yeah,
on
Soul
about?
Boyfriend. He's the gray guy.
Yeah.
The
little
boyfriend
man.
is-
The one guy
boyfriend is so
before.
Okay, let me
Funko.
give it another shot. Another mod that released like midway through corruption, Necromancer mod. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Necromancer.
Now no
Castle
one knows what
Crashers.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay,
there you
now
go.
I've got to word it so at least if people watch this far knowing nothing, they can at least understand something. All right. So I made a mod for Friday Night Funkin' the video
No.
game. The game was made by Ninja Moffat. Okay, no.
Foreign concept.
So yeah. You may have never heard of them before, but this mod was being made for a long time. Like this was like, I remember this was in development quite a while before Mid-Fight Masses even came out. So that's like a time scale kind of thing, right? It ended up releasing like way long after because it took way longer than I was like, anticipating to make the mod. Anyway, so sorry, I'm losing myself. Yeah, so it has the Necromancer from Castle Crashers, and I managed to get a hold of Johnny Guy, who's the dude who made the Necromancer theme for the game Castle Crashers. And I was like, dude, I'm making a mod for Funkin' about the character. Did you want to make music for it? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that response. Okay, cool. So now there's three songs in it. One is like the original Necromancer song, and the other two are songs that I don't think most people would know from Johnny Guy. So now if there's any Castle Crashers fans, you've now got two somewhat at least about as canonical as you could get extra songs for Necromancer. So I think that's pretty swag.
Yeah.
Castle Crashers fans right now.
Yeah.
I'm a Castle Crashers fan.
All right,
True,
so that's for the
or
people who spent an hour not understanding corruption lingo. You at least understood something. Let's go.
Woo!
Next section.
I
What
think
a
I have
segue.
one last question before we move on to our next
Oh, sure.
segment.
Sure.
Our last question for today, I think, is what are your plans after FNF in general?
Oh gosh.
Minecraft YouTuber.
Let's go.
I'd probably let's like a theoretical situation where like Funkin' is completely dead and I still have like no interest in it or something, which I think would be unlikely, even if the game dies. It's just such a cool like concept that I think like I'll still probably be making something for it. but I'll probably just go back to making like video games and stuff because that's what I was doing before, indie games and stuff.
Can you make another Sans tutorial, please?
Oh
I'm
god.
going to spin your heels.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I streamed quite a little bit before Corruption.
Yeah.
I used to be a
Streamers.
Pokemon streamer. I used to
streamer.
stream Sword and
Do
Shield.
Yo,
you play
Peace.
Nuzlocke?
I've been
Pincer,
kind
do you
of
play
dabbling in that again, though.
Yeah, I
So-
had an Urban Dictionary page which said I was the sidekick to Pincer Prod's Twitch stream.
Yes, very true. He used to be my sidekick, and then he decided to blow up on YouTube, so that's fun.
Just decided to.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
decided to. Yeah,
Just felt
He
like
chose
Dude,
it.
I
Yeah,
used
he
to be
felt
the
like it.
I used to be the small one. I used to be the small one in my friend group, and then made Chiller
Okay.
once.
And
Just
then-
had, and now they're like, holy shit, is that fucking fluffy hairs?
The
Here's
fluffy
something gonna be
hairs,
real.
also known as Osoing from the Osoing.
Real.
That's
Oh
really
my god,
stuck
I
as
could
well.
go. I could go on about Osewing. Osewing is my
God, I love
prized
Osoing
possession.
so
I'll use. I might use Osewing after like Funkin is done because Osewing is just like I consider
Osewing
Osewing
became.
to be
Osewing
a
became.
collection of my just demons. It's just like because
Amazing.
if you scroll down, right, there is a lot of very good Osewing tweets. Granted, this was back when Osewing was both owned by me and Squeak, because it started off as just like that, right? Because we had just one day we were like, let's just make a like I think it was because we saw a Twitter account called like Basking Ball One. Right, and we were like, we should do this, right? We should
Whoa,
just have like
also-
a dumb Twitter account. We didn't know what to call it. I think at the time the like a swing bob, like spunk slob, like meme was popular, right? So
Oh,
I said Osoing, and it's just like perfect, right?
Imagine also.
and like I don't know, we just made great tweets, and because this account's been around since 2020. One of my favorite tweets is where I think it was I don't know who said it, but it was just playing a Minecraft right now, and then I replied
Wait, it
with
was like
Steve.
predates Funkin.
Yeah, so Osoing was made in November of 2020.
Wow.
So a little. When did Funkin come out?
Probably around that same time.
I
Yeah,
think
around
it
it's
came
about
out
November.
October.
November 2020.
Oh yeah, it came out
October was
October.
the
So
Zoom
like
festival.
October 15th,
Right
I'm pretty sure.
so like
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
after.
That's probably
October
before it boomed, though, wasn't it?
It
Yeah.
was
Oh,
October
yeah.
5th or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was November 5th when it went onto Newgrounds, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think October was when Let 'Em Dare finished off and
Right.
stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, it was old FNF. Like,
I think it's funny
barely
how
anything was working.
I originally found out about Funkin because someone had re-uploaded not Deathmatch, sorry. They uploaded,
How?
they
Dad
uploaded,
battle.
yeah, they uploaded Dad Battle, but it was like they had like redrawn the boyfriend and dad sprites, so they looked like kind of like for lack of a better term, just a bit weird.
Kind of
And
a bad?
no,
No.
no. It was like just a genuine like, hey, this is the song from the game, but it just had like weird art around the side of it, which was like weird redraws. And I'm like, yo, this song sounds awesome. Like, what is this from? So I managed to find like a video. This is like when I presume that around like when the Skin and Pump week like had come out, right? And I'm having a look into this, and I'm like, yo, this looks like a crazy like Dreamcast game or something. I'm like, man, I'd love to like play this one day or something. So I look it up, see like
Just
what
before Spooky
console it was released on. I'm like, well, it could just play it in web browser right now. I'm like, okay, Pincer, I'm gonna show you something. I don't know what your opinion of it will be, but I've just seen this one song on this one video, and I need to play this game. And I
Uh-huh.
showed Pincer Funkin like that, and then here we
Yeah,
are.
so he basically like hopped on the screen share and he was like, I really want to show you something. I was like, okay, this is gonna be cool. And he whipped it up in his browser, started screen sharing, and I sat there and I was like, okay, right. I was a little bit like, that's kind of cool at first, and then obviously like it definitely grew on me. I think when Pico came out, because we like obviously I did enjoy it after that. Like Dad Battle was insane. He was right. Pico came out, and I remember at the start I did not like his voice. I was like, that sounds really weird. But then it grew on me. Pico's just too
I think
good
it's
now.
like that for all of Funkin. Like, I
Yeah.
think when you first hear like Funkin songs for the first time, it kind of hits you. Like when Boyfriend starts doing beeps and bops, it's like, wow, I wasn't expecting that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was definitely a
think
lot different, but it's very unique, and I think that's what I started liking about Funkin.
I think the same thing happened for Pico, just because like we were so used to like the beeps and bops, the Skid and Pomp
Yeah.
and Dad and that. So when it like comes out and Pico and he's like,
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, okay, that's very different to what I was expecting. Big grows on
Yeah.
you fast.
But it was
You
cool.
still-
It was cool.
Just like people were still going apeshit over like Pico, the Pico song itself having like actual lyrics like "Oh go Pico, yeah, go Pico." Oh,
Yeah, because like
shit,
there's some
yeah.
words in there, and then the rest of it's just complete.
I remember thinking it had like
gibberish.
official lyrics, dude.
And then everyone was like reversing the
Oh, yeah,
the
people trying to
voice samples and
decipher it.
stuff.
And then
Yeah.
you just like turn his voice back. He's just like.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? That like people being able to just take off the filter and just get like the as close to the raw sample as possible that Kawaii Sprite did is actually insane.
Yeah,
I find that great. Like people literally went out their way to do that. It's just funny.
Oh, by the way, what's the second segment? I completely forgot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the second segment, I think we're gonna start it now. So if you look at our things to discuss channel, in our text channel thing, there's so in this segment,
Where do we go
we're
from?
that's the thing. We didn't have an episode last week, didn't we?
No.
Yeah.
No.
We'll just
There's
answer
a lot
another
of
mod
things to
team's
talk about
questions.
today.
No,
Honestly,
essentially.
Yeah, but things from 2 weeks ago would be kind of irrelevant.
Do we just do it 2 weeks ago? Do we just what do we do?
We start from Cappy V2,
Yeah,
so it's
okay.
still
Just do-
somewhat recent.
We just do this week's.
Yeah, this week's fine.
Alright.
Alright,
my
so
God.
in our next segment, we tend to discuss about things that have been happening in the FNF community recently. So a lot of things from things to discuss are just things that we found out that happened during this week
Sure.
or the week before, and we just gonna talk
Just
about that.
anything interesting in general that just pops up.
Yeah.
We just
Funkin' at Freddy's.
Yes.
Funkin' at Freddy's.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
We'll get to
that's
that
cool.
soon.
That's cool.
I
yeah,
loved it.
Yeah, first up we got the Cappy update.
Yeah,
Cappy dropped an update out of nowhere.
Cappy got an update.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cappy got an
Yeah.
update.
I've
We
heard
got
people
an
talking about it,
revamp.
but I don't think I've seen it in
I
its
had no
entirety
clue
yet.
it got
I've been
an
wanting to
update.
get it, but I've been doing work.
yeah,
Yeah.
same. I haven't.
Cappy got
Alright.
drip now.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah,
drip.
Cappy got.
Oh wait,
Alright.
no. He's got like a no.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought
got
Oh,
a
never
cap.
mind. I think I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't
Yeah.
know it was official. I thought it was fan made.
Cappy finally lives up to his name now. He has a cap. He is Cap.
Ah.
I see what you did there.
Well, there's like some Pixel song where you like get flies with like a bird or something. That's so cool.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a very like hot or cold take here, but I don't like the Cappy update. You know, I like Puyo and Sanctuary is all cool, but I mean like they didn't have to remove all the old stuff, you know, and then people might be complaining, oh, you just don't like change. I mean, yeah, I mean fair enough, but I just want some of the old stuff back. Like, come on, you don't just take
Oh,
away
did the songs
Beatles
get
and
replaced or something?
Yeah,
I
they
don't
all
think they got
got
replaced, but they just kind of removed like all the old songs are there, but they just removed the first week. So like I don't know if it's like a whole
Oh,
replacement.
weird. Okay.
It's a very I'm very mixed on the update because it's like I really like the new stuff, right? It's really cool and like Sanctuary is really funny. But it's like I don't know. It's like I don't want to say it's lifeless because I don't consider it to be lifeless, but it's like it's missing a lot. There's no context for how the second week starts. It just kind of starts, which I think is a little like odd.
No, like what happened to Kabi trying to like hook up girlfriend? Like what happened to that? Now it's like oh hey like now it's like some boyfriend just meeting some random cat furry. Just kidding at like the arcade. I was like oh okay we're gonna like funny rap like that's it. No dialogue, no nothing. It just feels kind of, you know.
Yo, Deimos came out this week. The animation.
Oh yes,
That's-
yes,
Yeah,
the
the
Deimos
Deimos
animation.
animation.
Oh my
My
goodness.
beloved! I've been
Oh.
hyped for this thing ever
The
since
song's done
I-
by Sasta,
Oh
who's
my-
Of course
he's
it's
such a
Sasta.
talented musician.
No idea who
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah,
Such a
I
Yeah,
don't
never
know
heard
who
of him in my
Sester
life.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
His voice sounds
So
a little
that was
bit like
awesome.
Soul. I think he copied him.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, but genuinely though, this is one of the most hyped things that I've been thinking about because I saw it when it first, like the first like teaser for it came out, which was like months ago, probably last year.
Like July, I
And-
think.
Yeah, it was July. Like it was
Yeah.
right before MPN came out, I think. Madness Project Nexus. So I
Oh,
played
yeah.
Project
Yeah.
Nexus and I'm like, okay, I'm super hyped for this thing. And now it's the animation's out and I can't wait to play like the actual mod that's coming out very soon.
Oh god, it's gonna be
Genuinely.
so cool. Like that animation
Yeah.
was so fun to watch. They've got like so many fun little details. I loved the bit at the start with the animation where he's like, "Oh, what's your name? Boyfriend. Is that your first and last name?" It's just like it's really
Well,
good. It's
mention
it's
the
just good
comedy
humor
is
in
up
it.
here though.
Not to
Oh.
mention, they got the actual original voice actors for
Yeah.
both Davis
Yeah.
and
Like
Ken.
how?
It's
That's
Yeah,
insane.
hands
amazing.
on Johnny, wasn't it?
They got Johnny Utah to work on an FNF man. I don't know how to think
Yeah,
about that.
fucking Johnny.
Yeah, no,
Utah.
that's incredible.
it's so cool.
Yeah.
No, it's so cool like how all the FNF mods are just getting the original voice actors. I mean, it just shows how impactful the
Yeah,
gameplay
no.
is.
Yeah, it's really
Actually
cool.
insane. Like, yeah,
God,
I'm
I'm actually
super
just
hyped for
watching it right now. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's clearly so much effort being put into
Oh, so apparently the Gen 9 Pokemon starters just got announced.
Yeah.
Really?
it.
Like,
Oh
said
my
not.
goodness.
Gen
Can
9?
we not
What?
have spoilers for that? I'll probably watch that after this.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
If that's
Pixel-
okay.
Pixel will
Sorry,
probably
I
want to
mean,
record
I really
that.
like
related.
Pokemon,
We
so I
keep
don't
this
want any
FNF
spoilers.
related. We
You
keep this
probably
FNF
don't. You
related.
probably don't want to look at Twitter then.
Okay,
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Can I
Phantom,
keep-
if we can watch this after, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, no
we'll
problem.
stop talking about Pokemon.
Please,
I
I
have
just want to say
three.
the release date.
Didn't
I got
like
something
Arceus
for-
just come out?
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
This is a
It's very
Funkin podcast, not Pokemon.
It's Pokemon Cast. Like imagine.
Right, anyways, other news.
What if we all
Tenkara might be
Pokemon?
working on it versus Imposter. So, and
yeah.
like,
Oh, really?
yeah, his
Oh,
music fucking bangs. So I'm really
Oh, what a
excited to see
lad.
what.
You know who else
Awesome.
works on Versus Imposter?
The fuck
Me!
up.
God.
I'm joking. I'm not.
Oh yeah, Fluffyhairs. Remember, like there was this kid who added everyone into like a Twitter group chat, and then for
Oh
some
my
reason
God,
you and
yeah.
Cloud were here, and then after he was like, "Oh yo, we want to make a song for Versus Imposter," and you're like, "Holy
Yes,
shit,
that's
yeah."
that's how it started. So
Oh my
some
gosh.
random kid just added like a shit ton of FNF creators to this
Yeah,
one chat.
yeah,
Like
that
it hit
was
it hit the limit. And I remember Claufo was there, and there I just jokingly said to him like, "Hey, let me make a song for Versus Imposter." And he was like, "Dude, go for it." And then I mean, it's been there since. I've made a song. I don't think any previews have been shown, but I quite like it.
Nice.
I cannot believe we've got this whole podcast without mentioning, but Escape releases this Saturday.
Oh yeah, Escape. Let's
I only
go.
just saw it in the
Oh,
things to
goodness.
discuss
Oh.
area. I'm just like,
Yeah,
how
Yeah,
did we
no,
go
we're
this
getting to that.
whole
We're
time?
getting to that. We're getting to that. Okay. We're getting to that.
You have no idea how excited I am for people to see this episode. Oh my goodness.
Which episode? Wait, I didn't hear. I did not
Escape.
hear.
Escape
Oh.
for corruption.
Escape.
Next
Yeah,
episode.
we're
Yeah.
getting to
Oh, that one. Oh shit! Escape the
Mhm.
corruption.
Yeah. So
Wait, so is it like
Let's go.
so like boyfriend actually like breaks out the corruption? I guess
I'm
something
gonna
like
I
that.
guess we'll have to see on March the 5th.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right.
Like,
Oh,
this is
well,
so good.
question about Escape. What are the events? Just tell me in chronological order.
Explain the video. No, oh my goodness,
Oh my
no, but
God,
like,
wait, hold on. I just realized this episode's gonna come out on March 4th, and then the fucking corruption thing's gonna come out on March 5th.
Oh my God.
the day
Oh
after.
yeah!
Oh yes.
All right, anyone watching this on the day it comes out, you better be there tomorrow. I'll
For
see you.
real.
Be there.
Yeah,
Guys,
if
for-
not, yeah.
you might want to be there.
You don't want to face the
Yeah. You
don't
consequences of
wanna
not
miss that.
seeing
Yeah.
Friday Night Funkin'.
If you
correct?
don't
PhantomFear
show
will
up,
personally
you will be
arrive in your
corrupted.
house.
Yeah.
Guys, what happens to me if I don't watch Escape the
I
Corruption?
will
on
corrupt your family, and you will
I'm
be
burning down your-
shivering.
I
Simple.
have no
I'm burning down
family.
your house.
Shivering like Chiller, FNF, Chiller.
Oh, it's a nerd.
Actually,
Shiver and Chiller are two different songs. I remember some people thinking Shiver was for that mod, and I was just like, why?
Yeah.
Shiver.
Shiver's a good
Imagine
song, though.
like literally like an alternate universe. Chiller was Shiver instead.
I think
The
so.
entire world
People,
collapsed.
I know people made like a fan made like previous week to the like Skid and Pump week for Corruption because it's like I think week 2 is the only week where it starts off with them getting like corrupted instead of like their
Yeah.
normal state. So
Mm.
people made like a precursor to that, and Shiver was one of the songs.
Shiver was made
Oh,
by
damn.
Jads.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jad!
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
kind of crazy because he went on to make like Expurgation and that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Expurgation Man. Alright, we got Alright, next up we got the Secret Histories mod. It released a while
Oh
ago.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
did it?
Like-
Tails.
Like,
Yeah.
like Mash Tails.
Yeah, Mash
Oh,
Tails.
did it?
Ooh.
The one that
Yeah.
went insane.
Yeah, he killed Knuckles and Shadow. And he was like, "Oh, you're not Sonic."
Because
They were-
I can't believe we're spoiling it right now. SMH.
Too bad. You should have played it when it
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
I have something to say. I am technically the reason the whole mod exists. I know you won't
Really?
believe me, but
hell
like,
yeah.
the thing is, I was like, right, I was tweeting something. I was like, it's like a funny, and then I was like, oh, we need Mash Tails in like Sonic EXE 2.5, and then it sort of blew up for some reason. Everyone loved it, and then you know Steve made his own song. Everyone made their own songs for some reason. I'm like, holy shit, why do people love this? And then we got we do not talk about that person. They said, oh, we are gonna add Secret History Tales into Sonic EXE. So I was like, holy shit, what have I done? And then someone like some particular person they made it their own song and everyone loved it. So he just gathered a bunch of people, and then yeah, that's how it started, and everyone loves it. Secret Histories.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how many people have like things that just spiraled out of control in FNF.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like one little thing, and next thing you know, you've got a whole ass mod around it.
Those songs I can't remember them off the top of my head. But this is not the first time I've heard a story like that. Yeah, I won't be able to remember it though. But never mind.
Next up in news, QT mod also got an update.
Yeah, QT mod.
I'm not too big on the QT mod. I never like paid attention to it.
You know, there's
no,
this
same.
secret in the QT mod, and I don't know if like it's a secret. I don't know. You just have to spam down in the free play. I think I don't remember. Then something will pop up. If I'm
Cool.
spoiling
Jump
this to
scare.
anyone right now, I'm not sorry. Fuck you. If I'm spoiling to anyone.
I don't think I've seen much on it. That's cool though.
Same.
that's
I mean, I
Hi,
I
I'm
don't
back.
like
Yeah,
new
no, I
terminations.
recognize it. I haven't actually played it myself. I know a couple of my friends have, but that's another one that's on my list to play.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's popular as well.
yeah,
For
yeah,
me, I
yeah.
don't.
it's very
For me, I don't
popular.
feel like playing it right now. Not now,
Right.
at least.
I don't play many FNF mods like these days.
Yeah,
I
no,
usually just watch
same.
videos of them. I still haven't played like
So,
I
I still
haven't
haven't touched
played
with-
Funkin' at Freddy's, Tales Gets Trolled. Like
At this point,
We don't
I'm
talk
too
about
afraid to-
Tails Gets Trolled, man. Not
Oh,
now.
Yeah,
right.
that kind of.
Ah, I see.
Speaking of Tails Gets Trolled, there's like a new one. It's Tails Gets Funky, and they released a teaser recently,
Oh.
and it's so cool.
I
It
think I might
bangs
know
so.
what you're on about.
Let's see what else in terms of news.
Rowan mod.
Oh yeah,
there's also
the new theme mod dropped. It was Beware. I'm pretty sure. It was teased ages ago.
the Suraran mod. Beware.
Yeah.
bees.
Oh, that.
I'm
Let
going
me
to need to play
check
that when we get back to my computer because it's a Sumon and I fucking love
going to
Sumon.
eat bees. I am going to eat bees.
Do
Bees?
not eat the bees.
I am
Versus
going to
bees?
Versus
Bees?
bees? Oh, I want to make a bee.
guys. What if someone just charts the entire B movie script?
I think
I
someone
think
like
someone was already
attempted that, but with the
charting the
Shrek movie.
weren't they?
I don't know
Oh
if they're
yeah,
still
I think
going.
that's true,
they
actually.
actually did it. They actually managed to try that whole thing. The Shrek
They did it?
movie. They actually did it.
Oh my god.
Well, like literally, if you go to the Game Banana page
player.
right now, it's like best in systems. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right.
Let's
Next
see what
one we got
happened.
is
We already talked
man.
about Funkin' at Freddy's, Joe Bug
we
was
got-
released, and
we
then
got Mario's
funnily
Madness.
enough,
Mario's Madness. We got
Rob,
Mario's
you-
Madness.
video dropping on Saturday.
I wonder
Wait,
what's
say that
happening
again?
on-
New corruption video dropping
Oh,
Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
We're
goodness.
gonna watch
This
the
podcast is
corruption mod.
recorded a week in advance. Just a reminder, this would not be out yet. It will be out tomorrow, so go
Yes.
check that out.
Yeah, so
Yes.
watch it tomorrow or I'll find your family.
Watch it tomorrow, or I will
Nah,
corrupt
nah.
you.
Honestly,
No, you have to
it's
say-
gonna
no, you
blow
have to
some
say
people's
like
minds, I think.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Nah, shut up. This is how you say it. Only a small percentage of you are watching the new corruption video.
Phantom, you start bringing up your
Subscribe and turn on
analytics.
the bell for
It's
notifications.
been it's the song's gonna be done by Griskull, who did Roots, and he's just a really cool guy and he makes really cool music.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa,
In fact, all the corruption musicians are just cool people. Fluffy, you're a cool
All of them,
person.
yeah.
Davy's cool.
Oh, where's
Cindy's
Davy?
cool.
What-
That's
where-
Seth
what
on
did
is
my
Davy
lap
cool.
right now.
Where
Yeah.
did Davy leave? What happened to it? What happened? Why he leave?
Davy had to go do IRL stuff, I think. So they're
Yeah.
actually
Oh.
mid.
Yeah, he's been
The
gone for a
people,
while now.
the people listening to this won't be able to see this because this thing's not recorded. But look, he came onto my
Yo!
lap.
live commentary. There is a
No
cat.
one,
in
no
the
one, no.
background.
Yeah, to give people
hang
no
on.
context.
I'm scared.
I can
What
guess
is
your
that?
call.
No, that's
Is it-
me.
Creature.
Gang.
Go
Gang.
on. Hey,
Yes,
two cats.
there's
Fluffy
two
hairs
cat
cat.
on screen share right now.
Yeah.
Alright, whoever's
Fluffy
editing
cat.
this for the video is gonna have to give it like a recreation in MS
Oh my
Paint.
gosh! Yeah, so whoever's
Like
whoever's
Hayden.
editing this has to put a picture of
Yes,
a lion
I'll,
on the left and a tiger on the right. Just stock images, okay?
Don't
Stock
worry,
images.
do
I
it.
got it. I'm
Yeah.
recording.
Thanks. Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
recording.
There's
Yeah.
my
Oh my
other
god, you
one.
got two.
Hello, there's two. Hi.
Oh, we are gonna get so distracted by this.
The cat man, what are you doing?
Oh, there's
And
so
the
many
cats.
cats. Add a beaver at the bottom. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Oh, dear.
I have like 5 stray cats.
Oh,
Like
it's my face.
I have like 5 stray cats on the
Oh,
field.
uh-oh.
It's Fluffy Hair's
You know
face.
what?
Fluffy
I
Hair's
do
face.
actually want to say something about the next corruption episode in Escape.
Yeah.
Phantom is actually like popping off with like all of the art, like all of it. I barely
Yeah.
had like anything to do with the art this time. He's done all of it. So you guys who are watching this better give him a big hug as well, because like he's put a lot of effort into this. He's coded it as well. Like he's the coder. He's the artist. He's done a lot, right?
I'm going to guess boyfriend will fly. He will
I
fly
think-
somehow.
I
Yeah,
think
this
this
time
next
I've done the
episode is the
background. I think.
this next episode is probably the highest quality like corruption episode from what I've seen of it.
Yo.
I agree.
Yeah,
Oh, you just get
so-
more clips.
I don't know if this is gonna like because I don't know how many people see this, but it's short, but there's a lot that happens. It's like very
Mhm.
like in your face with bang visuals,
There's
and all that.
Definitely a few things in there that I think people will very much like. Very excited.
We're going to see Lemon Monster again. We're gonna see him somehow.
Mm.
Maybe.
You're gonna be seeing your family soon.
How
that I
nice,
know
how
that
thoughtful.
I have no family. I have
No.
no
I'm
family.
going to be seeing your family very soon. Watch out.
Oh my gosh.
You- If I have no family, you may be wondering, where do I live? It just so happens I live under your walls.
My
Ah,
floorboards.
that's an Attack on
Alright.
Titan
Live in
spoiler
your
right
walls.
there.
Oh,
Alright,
dear.
anyways, I think that's the end of our podcast now.
Sure,
Do
sure.
you guys have
Alright.
Sure
anything
about
else
that.
to promote or anything you guys can promote?
I
Subscribe
have
to
something
Fluffy
to
Hairs.
say. I have something to say. Okay, I'm sorry for rambling. I'm tired. I've
Yeah,
rambled
we
all
are.
the time.
We did
We're
a
all
big old
tired.
ramble today.
Oh,
I
we're
probably-
really sorry.
I'm a
Hey,
look
don't
back
worry.
at
We
this,
need. Thank you. We needed filler.
I'm like in my mind what I've said. I'll have like all these like giant calculations and stuff. It's like some like all this cool stuff. I'll look back at it like tomorrow or whenever it releases, and I'll be like, "What was I on about? What am I
Right.
even? What even are these words? What is this?"
It'd be like that, yeah.
You think that's gonna happen with you, bro? It's like 8 a.m. for me.
Wow.
I stayed up till my story, right? I stayed up till like 3 a.m. I fell asleep on a VR chat. So I woke up
Oh,
with my
no.
fucking
VR
headset. I woke up with my fucking headset on. It was like 6 a.m. and I'm like, oh, I got a podcast to go to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well,
You gotta go sleep, man.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
sleep,
me-
my dude.
didn't get that bad, but our sleep schedules are just like so messed up that like
Yeah, I was awake till like 6, maybe like nearing
Yeah.
7 in the morning.
Oh my god.
Oh, goodness.
we're
It'd be like
rambling
that.
again.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're rambling. Oh no.
Yeah, we're rambling. Let's
Rambling
keep
is what we
rambling.
do.
Man,
You
the
know what?
corruption mod team should just make a podcast. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
For
just
real.
ramble.
Or
Imagine.
you could corrupt this podcast. We'd be the corruption
Yeah, sorry, it's
podcast.
our fault.
we become the hosts.
We
are
just
the
we
Guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Wait,
bad
Alright,
does it
guys.
mean I don't have to edit the audio anymore?
Guys,
Bad
I want y'all
habit.
to do something.
If so, then go right ahead, please.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Come on, Phantom.
Oh
I
yeah,
have a hard time editing this.
yeah.
Good
Oh yeah,
luck.
just saying.
Let's go.
I want y'all to do something real quick when the episode releases. Just
Sure.
ping Saster and say common Saster L.
Aw.
He'll be so confused.
Yeah, we couldn't have
Saster.
all of the we couldn't have all the members here because
Oh, was Sasta wanting to come on, was it?
True though.
no,
what?
I don't think he would have because he's very busy and also he's
fair
like
enough.
he's on the West Coast, so if
Oh,
he were to
God,
come
it'd be
on, he would have
so
had to
early
start
for him,
recording
wouldn't
at like 5 a.m.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
okay then.
I don't think he'd want to do that.
Nah.
Plus, I mean, I think this is a good amount of people that we brought on because it's like any more that probably would have gone crowded.
True though.
Yeah, we usually limit it to 8 max, because otherwise you've got more people than the host, and it gets, like you said, crowded.
Yeah.
We should probably ask Davey for some final thoughts. So, Davey, do you have any closing words? Yes, hello, I am Davey, and you should subscribe to PhantomFear and like all his videos.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you, Davey. That's so kind of you. No, I really mean it. He's really cool. He's the coolest person I ever seen. I know, Davey. Davey. Oh, how? Yes, you should watch all the series 12 times and give him all the ad revenue. Oh, Davey, that's enough. That's enough.
deathmatch in your videos.
I only do it for the money.
Right.
On that note,
Yeah, with that,
wrap it
thank you, Davey. Thank you.
Yeah, I had a great time. This is awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having us
Yeah,
on.
thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah, everyone,
awesome.
thanks for coming on.
Y'all were very
Oh.
cool people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How'd you get Craig to stop recording?
Wait, we haven't ended
Right.
it yet. No, we
Oh,
haven't.
okay.
I want to say like goodbye. I want to say the goodbye thing
Alright.
or something.
Craig just keeps watching.
Thank you all so much for listening. If you've gone this far, please make sure to check out Fluffy Hairs, Phantom, Pincer, and DatDavi on your own time. So I'll leave them on the links below if you're on YouTube. Thanks for listening to another episode of Funkcast. See you guys later. Bye.
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 Subscribe to Fluffy Hairs.